Welcome to Pipe Show. This is Bhubal, and this we're going to talk about mastering in complex navigation. So we have a lot of business problem to be handled here, and I'm using the single activity based application. Most of the people currently will be doing the multi activity based application in Jetpack Compose by bothering about, oh, I need to send the result back to some other screen. So let me go with the different activity so that I can able to pass the result around it. You don't have to have the multiple activity to send the result back to the caller in Jetpack Compose. You can handle it within the Jetpack Compose navigation itself. So in this video, we're going to talk about that what particular one with a lot of business use cases around it. Basically, this is a business use case. I have a main screens. I could say call it as a home, profile, and profile details, and you can able to log in at any point in time here by providing the login buttons. And then the moment you click the login page will comes that I can call as a landing page where you have a register and forget password option. So the moment you click the registration, then it has a sequence of flows like just have to enter basic details and OTP, and once it's completed, and you have to go to the profile screen where you just have to add additional informations. Once you completed all the profile basic details and this goes to the confirmation screen, the moment you click on the confirmation screen, you just take the user directly back to the login screen because for further logging it. And in between, I just add one more things. You do you see like something like a yellow line here, right? Which is specifying that your registration, you are just given the basic information about the registration, you complete the OTP, which means you almost done with your registration, like I could say halfway through. And then you are in the profile screen, and what if the user press a login back button, right? Because we have hardware back button in the system. So the moment you click the back button, there is a no logic or makes sense when we take the user back to the OTP screen, right? That's how typical navigation will do. So instead, whenever user press the back button from profile, we have to take the directly user directly to the login screen. That is the intention. That's what this particular yellow line is showing it to you. The same thing, we are in the login screen, and then once you press the forget password, you go to the OTP, and then once you verify the OTP, yeah, which means you almost done with half of the process, and you want the change password. Yes, once you change the password, go to the confirmation screen. Once it's done, again take the user to the login screen for further login. And then what if, like after verification of OTP, what if the user press the back button? Do you really want to take the user back to the OTP verification screen again? I don't think so. So the moment user clicks the back button from the change password, we have to take the user directly to the login screen. Okay, that is an intention. Okay, in the normal scenario, for example, you are on a login screen and you are entering all the details, and then you generate the OTP. The OTP verification screen, once OTP is completed, then we have to send the result back to the caller, not outcoded things. Go to the home profile detail. No, we should not do that one. Instead, we just have to tell to the system, go back where you comes from with this particular result. Okay, I also send the result here, set the result here, and I close this particular things myself and take the user to here. And when we talk about the navigations, we just have to have the conceptual subflows, and we have to break this particular complex navigation into the meaningful subproblems. So for example, I have a set of pages that has a start page and end page together, and this will come always like this sequence. Okay, then if that is the case, I can combine those pages and create a graph that I call as a subgraph. For example, forgot password, the moment user clicks on login, the forgot password come into the picture. It starts from here, it go all the way here, and then it closing here. Okay, these four pages, I just comprise these four pages and creating the graph called as a like I could say nested navigation graph, that I could call it as, what was that, forget password graph. Okay, the same way I have some registration that starts from here and go all the way here up to the confirmation screen. So for registration, I have something like a register, verify, and profile and confirmation. So I comprise all these four pages and make another next navigation graph that I called as a registration graph. That particular registration graph ID is like this, a navigation next navigation route ID, which is nothing but graph registration. And forget passwords next navigation graph ID is graph forget password. Okay, and then I have something like this one, login page. Login page is a combination of two screens. One is a main screen, another one is a OTP verification screen, right? So for that, I have something like a login graph is my next navigation graph, and that starting screen is a login screen, which is nothing but the one is displaying it here, and then its route ID is auth. Okay, this particular graph, this nexted graph's route ID is just a auth. Okay, so these are the nexted graphs, and these one is comes under main graph. So that's the way I developed it. If I go into the app host, and then I just created the nav host, right? In nav host, I could see starting page is the home screen, which is this one. I have not added the profile and product details. I can add it later point in time. And then I just adding only the login graph here, because it all the registration always goes to the login graph only, right? So I don't have to directly put other graphs here. So when you go into the login graph, underneath you would see the registration graph, and for the password graph is added here. Okay, this is my app. It has a generic page that shows you like what exactly that page is. It's a home page. When I click the login, what I'm doing here is I'm saying that go to navigation controller dot navigate to the login. So I try to search the login screen here on this composable, this particular graph, which is home graph. You don't see that page. It go and trying to search it here, and suddenly you do see that particular page and navigates here. So it has the three buttons in this. One is a OTP, which takes the user to the next screen, so OTP screen. Obviously this one, and then register takes the user to register and forget password. So in this graph we have OTP, yes, but when you say register, it don't have the register compose route ID here, right? So most probably it will try to search that particular route ID here on this particular page to go and try to load that page. Okay, for example, let's talk about the straightforward scenario where I say that login, and then it goes to the OTP page. Here is where I'm just entering the OTP, and then my request is successful. I'll say OTP login is successful. And instead of like I'm sending the mark data, don't, okay, you are free to send whatever the data you wanted to after successful or failure or whatever it may be. So for demo purpose, I'll send some custom value. I say successful and clicking on the verify. The moment I clicks on a verify, how I'm sending the data back to the call. So when I click verify, I'm just go here. I'm executing this function, the particular function, right? Navigation controller dot pop backstack. Here I'm giving one ID. This ID is all about this particular graph ID. So this particular graph has one ID, right? Which is auth, AUTH. That auth ID I'm giving, I'm saying inclusive is equal to true, which means it go up to this particular page, this particular graph root, and removing that root out of the backstack, which means the moment I remove the things out of the backstack, the previous one will come would be like whatever the pages is getting invoked for. So here I'm just saying navigation controller current backstack entry. After I remove executing this statement, a graph will be go to this particular previous page where you will get navigation controller dot current backstack entry. Then see you are saying say the state handle, then you just set the result, which is nothing but this result. Okay, and then what will happen? Boom, it come back to the home screen, which is nothing but this one where it's getting initiated from. Most of the times developer tends to outcode the things in the OTP confirmation page, saying that hey, just blindly go to the home screen, or blindly go to the profile, or blindly go to the product details screen. Don't do that one. Just concentrate only on the closing your graph so that the system will go back where it comes from. So how we are supposed to get the data back? In your screen, just look for navigation controller dot current backstack, and just go for the saved state handle and get state flow where you specify the data which you're looking for, and this is a default data. If this data is not found, and you just say collect as state with the life cycle, and the moment that particular code is executed, which is the current backstack, here you're setting the data here. As soon as that data has been set, this particular page will be get fired once you come back to this particular page, because we are saying the collect as state with the life cycle, right? Until otherwise you come back to this particular page, it won't be get executed. And then here you just look for the message. If message is there, successful is there, you just get the data out of it and just clear the data as soon as you get it, so that you won't be getting some other data here. Okay, this bunch of code will help you to read the data which has been set from the different page, I could say. Okay, and that's how the login is works. So you will receive the data here, right? And let's talk about the registration flow. Registration flow also, the moment user click register, take the user to the registration screen, which is nothing but this one. And then the moment you click the verify, so let's go to the registration screen, and the moment you click the verify, it takes the user to the verify screen, which is available here itself. So it goes here, and the moment you click on the verify, what I'm doing is I'm taking the user to the profile screen, which is there here. And once this navigation is completed, I'm just taking off this particular route register. Okay, I'm not saying that go back to the login screen, that is not required for me. Okay, today it has been invoked from login screen. Sometime like tomorrow onwards, for example, login screen itself, we have a register button here, means it would have come from here as well. Okay, our solution should be more generic. So all I can do is I will close myself, and whatever my previous screen, I'm gonna get the result back. That could be a very generic statement which you could make of. Okay, that's why I'm saying, like, you are in the register, you are in the OTP, and then OTP is I could say check, like if the user wanted to click the back button from here, I just want to clear this tag. I don't want to see the show the register and OTP screen back to the user, right? That's why I'm saying, like navigation controller dot pop backstack. Here I'm just providing my graph ID, which is like route registration inclusive is equal to true, which means I'll clear my stack and put the login screen back. As soon as I clear the stack, login screen gonna come into the picture in the background. I'm just accessing that particular save handler and set the data here. So let's say if I enter some details here, intent to send data to login. Okay, and then verify now, which means I am in this particular profile screen right now. And then when the moment user clicks back button, you could see it is navigating back to the login screen, because here I cleared the stack, so that the previous whoever invoke my this particular graph will be available in the back. And then here I'm sending the data back to there, right? That's why you are seeing that particular information. Let's say I'm continuing this one, I change of my mind, say intend to send login from email, and then I'm going verify, which takes me to the next page, which is nothing but profile page. And even I'm completing my profile, I'm here, and from profile I'm sending some data, like from profile confirmation, I'm clicking done. So what I'm doing in the done, again I'm just taking off this particular graph, right, registration graph. Or you would have wondered, like, I already take off the graph here, how could this graph come into the picture again? Because you are in a profile screen, right? In the profile screen, again you click the confirmation, right? You click the confirmation, which means this graph, this confirmation route is available in this particular graph, which is nothing but a route registration. So which means the graph would have been inserted again, but this time instead of start, it started with the confirmation screen. That's the reason it's been available here. Again, you're clicking on the done, you just close yourself. So this backstack entry could be the login screen, and take the set the result over there. So once you click the done button, you could see that the previous messages from profile confirmation is being displayed here. The same thing goes for the forgot password as well. Send OTP here. If you send the OTP, and let's go to the password. I'm showing you again password and verify and confirmation. Again, I'm taking off this particular graph ID, okay, not something else. So all I could say is, again I'm repeating, just control yourself, just concentrate only on removing your graph yourself, and the rest will be come into the picture automatically. The moment user verify and continue, I'm taking the user to the change password. Behind the scene, I'm just removing all this backstack entry of forget password graph, and then verify and continue. and here, and change password confirmation. Just don't bother about the typo error and all. Okay, and then you would see that you're directly landing on the login page. Once you click on it, you can go to the home, and then your application is getting closed. In this way, you can able to handle all the complex situations. The rule number one is just create your nested graph in such a way that it can be handled all the scenario by itself. And then when you wanted to close it, just close your graph by yourself within this particular flow and show that it will send the result back to the caller. Okay, that's how it will be. This is what I'm just playing with the next graph with the popBackstack, and this is what to send the result, just use this code. Just before that, you just need to make sure that you pop up the things and set the graph in the right position so that you can access the previous, like after backing taking the top screen out, and you will be seeing the screen which you want to display next, and you pressing the back button will be coming to the backstack, and so that you can access the current backstack. And if you, let's say, if you're not popping up the things properly and if you're calling this one, then it would be setting it to the current screen. So that is very wrong way of doing this one. First you have to do the pop up here, and then pop up to a pop backstack, and then you have to execute this one. And to listen for the data, you just have to listen for current backstack entry and save state handle and look for this particular result and render the result accordingly. Okay, by doing this, so you should be able to handle all the complex navigation by yourself. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching the video. Jai Bhim. Bye bye.